couple last things for Matt before we let him go. I'm reading that Trey Lance, unofficial, of course, but they're saying 23 of 33 in the 2 days of practice. That's roughly 70%. Somebody said, well, if you take the Texans start last year and the game against Green Bay and these 2 practices, that Lance is like 43 of 61. Now, granted, none of these, outside of the Texans game, none of those games really matter, but 43 of 61, which would be a little bit over 70%. Do you think, is in your mind, is Trey gaining more comfort as the preseason, as the camp evolves? Because as we all saw him kind of spray the sideline pass. You kind of already referenced that a little bit, but those are good numbers. I mean, if a guy who takes chances down the field like Trey does and throws with the kind of velocity that he does, and who gives you that athleticism, that extra element, if he can get anywhere close to 70% completion, you got to think he's going to have a huge amount of success this year.
I mean, I would almost put that number at 60%. Like, if he can get up over 60% completion rate this year, I think the 49ers consider that a win.
Yeah, Matt, you know what? I'm sorry to interrupt, but about a month ago, somebody in the chat brought up there was a prop bet out there that Trey Lance to be under 60% completion on the year, it paid out like 60-1 or something crazy. And I was like, I think that's probably a little bit more of the ballpark. Like I think they're probably hoping he's just, exactly. Like he's just over 60%. But
I think that's more realistic. I mean, 70% would be, winning the lottery. For
he might
Kyle
be an MVP candidate at that point.
Well, absolutely. I mean, if he plays 17 games and is 70% completion rate with his ability to run, he would be. I would put it. I don't have it in front of me, but I don't know what Josh Allen's rookie year, his first year as a starter, what his completion percentage was. But I think that's the ballpark we should be looking at for Trey Lance this season. And to answer Larry's question, he has gotten more comfortable, and part of that is reps. Part of that is just the process of them installing the playbook and then getting used to it. Part of it is having Trent Williams and Mike McGlinchey blocking for him. I thought that there was a definite uptick in the offense after Williams and kind of his swagger was added back into the mix. I don't know, about a week into practice or whatever it was. So all of that helps. My 3 weeks into training camp assessment of him is that the easy throws are not automatic for him at this point. And that's the sideline outs. That's, hitting guys out of the backfield. And that's a big deal in this offense because you want to hit Deebo Samuel in stride so that he can pick up tons of yak. You want to hit Kittle in stride for the same reason. And it's not automatic. And that's something maybe we took for granted with Jimmy Garoppolo. He threw a very catchable ball, and these guys could run with it afterward. And that's inconsistent with Trey Lance. Having said that, I think that's fixable. I mean, I feel like that's something he's going to work on. He's going to get better at year after year. And it's the sort of the unteachable things with him. The ad-libbing, the broken plays, the off-schedule stuff. I saw him do that in yesterday's practice on a big fourth down. It was like 4th and 11. And he scrambled and he found Deebo Samuel and, he set up what would have been like a last-second field goal during a 2-minute drill. Those are the things where I think he just has an innate ability that goes along with the arm, that goes along with the scrambling, the legs, that kind of differentiates him from other players. So I think that's the hope that the 49ers have. That sort of the stuff that we see him struggling with right now is stuff that you can iron out just through reps, through practice, through whatever. But he's got the other kind of intangibles that are probably even more important.
Rise putting up Josh Allen's stats here. It looks like Josh Allen completed.
So his first year, when he only played 11 games, he was 10 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 52.8%.
Ooh, that's bad.
That's bad. The following year, this is like I'd be okay with this. 58.8%, 20 touchdowns, 9 picks.
Yeah,
all of a sudden, it jumped up to 69, and he became an MVP candidate.
Yeah, I would think that 59 is probably a realistic number for Trey Lance. Like I said, anything over 60, I think the 49ers would take that.